like whatever you have understood, you can say from that only that this is the reason why move 10 steps doesn't make the character go through the other character and glide makes it go through. What's the reason? Like why it is happening? What is the difference actually? Like we use move 10 steps where and why do we use glide? The use cases. What's the difference? What you have understood? Like why didn't we use glide in move 10 steps instead of glide in this project? Why didn't we use move 10 steps? Like to move the pillars to the left. Why didn't we use that thing? Move 10 steps. Or maybe change x by 10. Why didn't we use? Why did we use glide?
Think.
We could have used change x by 10, change x by something, right? But we did not use that. We used go to. Go to is clear, right? Go to is for that initial position, sending it back to the position. Fine. But why did we use glide? Like why not? What would have happened if I used move 10 steps or change x by 10? What issue would I have?
Because the glide makes it go towards the place you're wanting to go. And then when it goes to that place, then you just, and then it just teleports.
Okay, then like why not use change x by 10? That will also make it move, right? Change x by negative 10.
Yes, but
So why not use that?
if we try and make it go back to the other area here,
Right.
it won't move at all.
Correct. It won't move at all if you use change x by 10. So what is the usefulness of glide? Like how is glide helping us? Like why is it not moving for change x by 10, but it is magically moving for glide? What is the what's the thing going on? Like how is glide so much better here? Why am I using glide then? Like if it is, how is it helping me? Like how is glide helping me? Like why in this case when I'm using glide it is moving and change x by 10 it will stop. That is why I'm using glide. So what is the difference?
Give it a try. Give it a try.
Yes, Nisha. Whatever you've understood, just you can tell it. Right? Okay, this is not a test, right? This is just we are clearing our concepts. So, like these kind of things like are going to be useful in later years. So you should be very thorough with these things, right? So just you can just tell whatever you have understood, like what is glide doing, and that thing you told correctly that change x by 10 is not going to work because it will make it stop, right? Then what is glide doing? What is the like? How is glide any better? It is not stopping when I'm using glide, so how is glide any better?
Because when it reaches the position of all the way at the left
Okay,
and passes floppy, then the score will change.
okay, score will change, but that is like a different code block, right? We are not doing anything on with movement. When we are changing score, that is for that x position thing, right? We are
Yes.
having a different code block for that. But for movement, that is a different code block. Like we are having glide separately. Yeah, glide and go to. We are having that a complete different set of block, right? And the very first block that we created. So why glide? That's the question, right? Why am I using glide? It will not work if I'm using change x by 10 or move 10 steps. It will stop. The pillars will stop. Then how is glide helping? Why is it moving in case of glide, and it did not move in case of others? Like what is the difference here? Like how is glide so much better? Yeah, you can tell anything. Like whatever you feel that okay, maybe this is the reason why I'm using glide here. You can just tell.
Explain what you understand from using the glide most of the time.
I think that glide works the same amount as move 10 steps.
Okay, if it is working, then why will the pillar stop in case of move 10 steps? Because I'm using go to, right? And then why is it not stopping for glide? If both of them are same, then why is it not stopping for glide?
Glide helps the thing, the pillar to stop.
Glide helps the
No,
pillar.
why is it happening? There's something important in that. Try stop doing that.
Just read the two code blocks, right? You have move 10 steps, you have change x by 10 and all, and you also have glide. Just read the blocks. What do you see? Like, what's the difference with glide and the other two? There is something extra in glide. Let me give you just like a small hint, right? There is something extra in your glide. What is that thing? Yes, Vishal.
It is glide towards x negative 194 and 50
Okay.
y 51.
Anything else you see which is not in the other x and 10 move 10 steps? Anything else extra?
In the move 10 steps, there's just move 10 steps. If we
Okay.
swap glide out and instead use move 10 steps,
It will not work.
yes.
Okay, fine. And there is something else, right, Rishabh? With that x and y coordinates given, there is something else, right? It won't work with move 10 steps because it is going back to x and y. I hope that thing is clear to you, right? There is something else in glide. Can you read glide? What is the code block? Can you read it once?
Glide 2 seconds to x,
Yeah, glide how many seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Are we specifying this time in the other two code blocks, that is move 10 steps, or in the change x by 10, y by 10? No, we have time only in glide. Time-based movement, slow movement, fast movement, controlled with time. And that doesn't depend on position. Okay, like wherever we are, we have to go to the position with the given time. Unless and until the time is running out, like we are out of time, as long as we have time, we will move. We will move to the position that is given to us. That is the importance of glide. Glide will work even after you stop the game. You can try that. If you remember your beer running game or the dinosaur game, in those games you were using glide in the beginning, and the like the beer was going through the man, and the dinosaur was going through the other dinosaur. If you remember, when we used that move 10 steps or change x by 10, we used something, right? In that case, what happened? They were not passing through because there was no time given to the characters, to the sprites. Once you give time, even after some other code block has executed, even after the game has stopped, the time, if it is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, the glide will work, right? Your glide is going to work, okay, as long as you have the time specified. That is the importance of glide. So time-based movement, whenever we are having some kind of time-based movement, see in this game, in the pillars, we want the pillars to appear slowly towards Flappy, right? We don't want the pillars to like teleport from one position to another. No, we don't want that. We don't want them to stop also. We want a slow, gradual movement towards the towards Flappy, right? Towards the bird. In these kind of movements where there is just one direction, no randomness, no chaos, there is just a single direction and a gradual movement towards that position, we have time. And that kind of movement is very useful when you are using glide, right? That's the whole thing for glide. We use glide for these kind of movements, gradual time-based movements. When we are using something else, like chasing something, maybe some random movement, like the truck game you made, that bouncing ball game that you made, in those cases, we will use move 10 steps, move these steps, random movement, right? We don't know what kind of direction there is. What is the position? We don't need to know. In those cases, we use move or change, right? Move 10 steps or change x and y by that thing, by the value. So did you understand what's the importance of glide?
Yes.
Right, the only difference is the time over here. As soon as you mention the time, it will work even after the other code blocks have stopped executing. It will work as long as you are having the time, okay, as long as you have mentioned the time, right? That's with the movement. Okay, let's have another question. Can you explain that thing? Okay, and this is the final one. That x position is less than negative 190. What is that thing written? Like, how is that helping us build the game? In the third code block, you have x position less than negative 190. What is x position and why is it less than negative 190?
Because that's where Flappy starts. That's
That's what.
the x
And
position where Flappy starts.
okay, and like, why am I using x position? Negative 190 is where Flappy starts. Got it. But why am I using x position? And why is it less than negative 190? Two things. What does this x position mean, and why is that less than negative 190?
It's the negative 190
Yeah,
because
why yes.
it's further towards the left.
Okay, it is like, is this related to movement? No, right? This is a different code block. The movement thing is done, right? Why we're using go to, why we're using glide. That is making the pillar go to the left and then go back to the right and again go to the left. That cycle thing is working because of the movement, which is fine. Why am I using then this negative 190 thing? Why is this x position less than negative 190? What is this x position and why is it less than negative 190?
The
I want to
exposition is
understand this.
the left and right thingy.
Left and right, okay, left and right. So why is x position less than negative 190? Like, what is the x position, you can tell first, and how, or like, why is that less? Left and right, okay, your negative is on the left of the x-axis and your positive is on the right of the x-axis, which is fine. Why is this less than negative 190, and what is this x position itself? Yes, Rishabh, it's, you have to be very clear about concepts, right? We are learning here, right? We are not simply just going to make games every day, right? You should be very clear with concepts. Like, anyone can ask you that you have worked on Scratch platform, right? So can you explain why this thing is working like this? If you are not able to tell it, then they will say you are cheated. People will say you have not built the game by yourself. So if this is your game, you should be very clear that, okay, this is why I have made, like, written this thing. Otherwise, people are not going to believe that you have made the game. So if you wish to tell people that I have made this game, then you should be very clear with the code, right, Rishabh?
Yes.
Right. So can you just tell me what have we learned yesterday in the last class from this exposition and negative 190? Anything that you can remember, anything like what you have understood. Why did we use that thing? It was a bit hurried, to be honest, but still, you can just tell why, like, what was the whole thing. Like, you can just simply mention what you have understood.
Yes.
Yeah, anything you can, like, what you have understood.
Give it a try. Small try. Okay, up to you.
I forgot.
Okay, great. So that is a very good answer, right? You should tell that I have forgotten, but I don't know. The more you tell that you have, like, you can't recall the thing you have forgotten, it is better, right? Then you know that, like, how much you have understood. Okay, be very honest to yourself that, okay, I have understood up to this much, and ask me. Okay, if you have forgotten or if you didn't understand what happened in some kind of code, just ask me. Okay, I'll explain it. Okay, so your negative 190 is what? That is the position of Flappy, right? And
Yes.
this position is what? This is which sprite? This is the pipes you are working on, right? So this code
Yeah.
block belongs to the pipes. So the x position will be of the sprites. So what is the x position? You can see on the screen, right? On the right, that left and right movement, that is the x thing that shows just below your game area. You can see that thing. Yeah, this one. That thing moves from positive value towards 0 and then it goes negative. You can just click on the green flag and see how the values are changing. See, it went from some positive value to 0 and then it went up to negative 130, 120, like that. So when these pillars are having their x, see, y value is at 51. It is not changing because your pillars are not moving up and down. They are stationary in the y axis, but they are only having movement on the x axis. So that is why the value of x is changing. That is the x position. The value of x, like how it is changing with each frame, it is changing, right? With each second, not second, each millisecond, it is changing. With each frame, it is changing. This is the x position, the value that is changing, right? The value of x that is changing. That's the x position. And you can see that once it is coming from right to left, it is having the value as positive, then 0, and then negative. So your Flappy is at negative 190, and these pillars are having a negative value. But we are checking that this negative value, if it is going below negative 190, what is after negative 190? Like, what is lesser than negative 190, Rishabh? Is
Less
189?
than negative 190, negative 200.
Yeah, correct. Negative 200 is less. So is negative 195, right? Negative 195 is also less. Negative 191 is also less. Negative 192 is also less, right? That's the thing you
Yes.
should know, right? That negative values are going to be less as they are increasing. So that's the thing. So if my negative value of that X position is more than 190, like where Flappy is, it means what? It has gone beyond my bird. It has gone beyond Flappy. So it will, if it is at negative 190, then my Flappy and pillars are at the same position. That is when I am going to increase my score, that my bird has passed through the pillar. Once we are done with increasing the score, and then the pillars will have what? After negative 190, negative 191, more left, 192, more left, 193, far more left. We don't want that thing to happen, right? We don't want to go to negative 200. That will be very left of the screen. We just want to check if it is gone past Flappy, who is at negative 190, then send it back, right? Then send the pillar back, right? That's the whole thing. Okay, that's why we are just checking that if my X position is less than negative 190, which means my Flappy has passed through the pillars, change the score and send it back. You can see that I have used that negative 190 somewhere else, right? That, oh yeah, we have used in glide. You can see the X coordinate. We are gliding to some that negative 194, right? We're gliding to negative 194 and then going back to 139. Pillars is coming from 139 to 0 and then up to negative 194. Just when it reaches negative 190, I am checking something. I am having a condition. Just before it reaches negative 194, I am stopping at negative 190. Like not stopping, I'm checking at negative 190 and checking, has my bird made it? Has my Flappy gone through the pillars? If yes, then the game hasn't stopped. The game over screen will not appear and my pillars will go far more left. My pillars will go up to negative 194. That's in your glide, negative 194. So from negative 190 to negative 194, it will go and then it will get back to that position, that is 139. Right? Did you understand, Rishabh, what happened? What is this X position? Why we are checking this less than 190 thing?
Yes.
Yes. So can you just repeat like what you have understood? Just repeat whatever you have understood.
I understood that when the pipes are gliding towards Flappy's position, right?
Yes.
When it's at negative 190
Correct.
Of the X position, then it changes the score by 1 and then it resets itself back to 139.
And
is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That is perfectly fine. But what about that negative, less than negative 190 thing? Why less than?
If it's less,
then
that means you have failed the game.
No, that means you have passed the game actually, right? If that is less than negative 190, we are doing what? We are changing the score. So I have not failed. In that case, I have passed the game. When my negative like X position is less than negative 190. When have I actually failed? In the middle code block, if you see, if the pillars are touching Flappy, then stop all. That is when my game over screen appears, right? That is when I have failed. But when it is less than negative 190, that's not when I've failed it. That is when I've actually passed, right? So this is the winning criteria, that my X position should be less than negative 190. It means I have not touched Flappy. The pillars have not touched Flappy and it has went past, right? That's the whole thing. Okay, did you get it this time?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain once more? What is the winning criteria and what's the losing criteria?
So when the pipes are gliding towards Flappy,
okay,
and the X position is less than 194 or less than 190,
okay,
then you pass the game, the score changes, and then you go back to 139. Well, at least the pipes.
Okay. So you have understood this thing, right? Okay. Don't forget this thing. Okay. After we are done with this, all the games after this that we'll be building, we'll come back to each game. Okay, on a revision class, and then there also I will ask, right, two things: why we use glide, and why X position was less than negative 190. So don't forget this thing. Okay. You can customize the game as you wish, make anything as you wish. Just don't forget the concepts. Why we did it like that. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, that's that you score thing that you can fix it, I guess. Just like check why is like that on the first time it is not changing. You can fix it. And for now, let me show you another game when we're building this thing. It is easier compared to the game that like compared to your Flappy Bird game. So let me once show you. It is a similar kind of game that we have built already. So let me just share my screen first. Yeah, you can keep the new project open. Just you can stop sharing for once, or maybe you can keep sharing. Doesn't matter. Like let me share my screen once and just look at the game. Okay, this is very similar to the game that we have already built. We have built one that mouse ball game. This is very similar. The only thing that's going to be different here is we are going to have two paddles this time. Okay, this looks similar to your bounce. Yeah,
We're able to play this in real life ping pong.
real life. What real life? Like in physical games?
Well, yes.
Okay, that's great then. Okay, so it's like let's build a software version of that too, right? So how will you build? Like let's play the game first, okay, and check what are the things going on. So you have these things, right? These are what? These are paddles. So these paddles are independent of each other, right? They are moving with separate keyboard strokes, okay, and you will be moving them with separate keys, right? I'm using both of my hands this time to play. Yeah, tell me.
How do you play to play on this?
Yeah, I'm using both of my
There's
hands.
one else play with you.
Yeah, I am playing only. There is no one else with me. There is no ghost, right? I'm using both of my hands to play. See, my game has stopped. Both of the players have drawn, right? So the thing is, I am used two different kind of sensing. You know sensing by now. So I am using two different kinds of sensing. We had just one. Think about a multiplayer game, right? You are asking, right? How am like moving both of them together? So think about a multiplayer game. There are two different set of controls. Like think if you are playing any racing game, right? So there you have your friends racing with you. So you have the controls, let's say in the arrow keys, and your friend has the control in the WASD keys. That's the difference. We are having different sensing over here. Okay. So if you are having different sensing, then you can ask someone else to play with you, or you can play with both of your hands. Right. Like I'm using my left hand for the left paddle and right hand for the right paddle. That's how I'm playing this game. Right. So you can play it with someone else, right? With your parent maybe, or his friends maybe, or you can play it like just like with both of your hands, right? Okay, so this is how we are going to play it. Okay,
Okay.
right, so here player 2 lost. So and how we are going to build this, so see, this is very similar to the bounce ball game, right? That truck game you built. There what was happening, this red lines you see on the left and right, they were at the bottom. There was just one red line. There was just one paddle, right? We have these two green paddles. You can see the two green controls for like in your pong game. There are controls, right? We had one control here. Now we have two paddles for two different sensing, two different players. We also have two different scores, player 1 and player 2, right? So can you like think how we are going to have two different scores? We have added one score, right? This is just a leveling up from your first bounce ball game, right? We have made 3 games, so this is just a leveling up from that game. And the only thing that's going to remain same is the ball. This is a different ball. In that game it was a different ball. This is a different ball. So the movement and the movement of the paddle and the ball, that's what we are going to study, right? Other than that, do you have any questions, like any you can ask, like how, like anything from the game, anything?
How are we going to control it?
Yeah, that you have to, like, you are building the game, right? That you have to think, right? So yeah, let me stop it. You can start sharing and then think. Let me stop. Yeah, you can go ahead, start sharing, and then you will tell me, right, that how we are going to have two players play a single game. Like, how are we going to have a multiplayer game? Not a multiplayer exactly. We can have only two players for this game. So how are we going to do that? See, I told you already. We are going to have two different sensing, right, Rishabh? So how will you use that for two different paddles? You will have to think. Is it going to be one sprite? Is it going to be two sprites? How many sprites are we going to have? How many scores are we going to have? You have to think. This is just a leveling up from the game that we have built. That was just for clarity, just for understanding. Now we are leveling up, right? We have explored a lot of sensing, explored a lot of movement. How can you build this game now? You take your time. We are not in a hurry. This is only your 7th class, 6th or 7th class maybe. So just like this game comes very later. You're already much ahead than others. So yeah, just try. Okay, I will tell you everything. Like I will also explain how we are building it. So just make it. Okay, just keep on building this thing. So okay, Rishabh, before you do, what is this thing? Like if you are making something, what is this?
Make
Can you,
a table.
yeah. So what?
I'm making a table.
Okay, but the thing is, this is the top-down view of like of the game, right? The game that I showed you. You know what's the top-down view? Like we are watching the game from above. If you have a table, we are watching the game from above, right? So a table is not exactly going to help, right? If we are seeing the game from sideways, then it may have helped. But we are watching the game from the top. Like think of the lights. You have lights above the game. How will you watch the game if you are a light? Think if you are a light, Rishabh. If you are a light, how will you watch the game from the top, right? You will see the table just as a square, right? Not
Yeah.
from the side. You won't see the legs of the table and all. So is this table going to help? If you're making a table, that can be like from the top down view, just a square, right? Just a rectangle, maybe, right, at the center. That will be a table if you're watching from the top. But what about the movement and the sensing? That's what we are going to study, right? That's what we're going to understand. Yeah, you can start with your background and all. Like we don't have to finish it today only. You can take another class. But think of like the only thing that I am concerned is how we are going to make the movement work, how we are going to make the sensing work. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. You are making that let's say,
Incomplete.
yeah, that ground, right? You're making the ground for the game, which is nice. You can undo these things, right? If you're having some kind of mistake, you can always undo, right? Undo
Yeah.
just beside the name, you have the costume name backdrop 2. Beside that one, you have the undo button, so you can just undo, right? If you're making a mistake. No, not there, not there. You have the costume name, right? Beside that, you have
Yes,
the.
I see.
Put
I
the
see.
mouse here.
Here.
So you can, yeah, if you are making a mistake, maybe something wrong, you can just click on that thing. So you don't have to like keep on making something many times.
I made the country.
Which country is this? Can you name the country?
I think Sweden or something like that.
Sweden. No, Sweden has got yellow in it. Like only white and blue. I don't think that's Sweden. Maybe some other country, definitely.
Norway, I think. Mhm.
Yes, cause Finland has that kind of map. Like not exactly that thing. It's the colors are reversed, and there's Scotland also, but there's a cross instead of the plus.
Oh,
So you can use that kind of maps in your game, right? Yeah, Greece has got that thing, but Greece will also have horizontal lines, not just a plus sign. So yeah, it's a good thing that you're like you have that knowledge of flags, right?
thank you.
And what about the physical game you're talking about? How are you playing Pong physically?
Like on a table. What you know?
Is that Pong? I think that's table tennis.
Ping pong.
Oh, playing Pong. Okay, okay, that game. So you are using bats or anything else?
I don't play ping pong, but other people do.
With the
You don't play. Okay, so what games do you play in physically? What games do you play? Like outside games, outdoor games? You play cricket? You play football?
Play paddle, badminton with my family.
Okay, you play badminton. Okay, that's great. Any other game?
Paddle.
Okay,
Training in paddle.
how is that played?
It's actually like tennis.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like a modified version of tennis.
okay, okay. No, I haven't heard of that, so I asked.
Yeah, I think in India you have a pickleball.
Oh, pickle. Okay, okay,
Like it
that's
resembles to pickleball also.
okay.
It's a bit new game.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. So yeah.
This is a bit hard.
No, it looks great. If you're making the
Yes,
ground
but
backdrop, it looks great actually.
I'm telling you that it's hard because how do we put the black net, which is just a black line, on
But
top
there
of
will
the.
be a net, right? If you're like thinking of a net, will there be a net? Like the ball will just go through the net, right, in the middle. It will not bounce above the net. So
Yes,
instead
but
of making a net, you
no,
can just
is go over the net.
okay, it will go over in the net. Fine. So you're thinking of like the ball is going to float above the net and then go to other player. Okay, that is great. But it doesn't look bad, right? It looks great as of now. It really looks like a playground.
Finally,
Okay.
yay!
Yeah, that looks great. That really looks great. Much better than like the stuff that is already made. This is much better.
Finally,
Right.
wait a sec.
We are done with the backdrop, right? And now what?
They just duplicate it
Okay, you can duplicate it.
for the game over one.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a game over screen. Okay, so game over done.
Yes.
Right. And
Now,
now, yeah, we'll start with the sprites. So what sprites are we going to have? We're going to have paddles. We're going to have a ball and the red lines.
and what was the last thing you said?
The red lines, the lines on the left and right. That is for what? The game over screen, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. In the
I
first,
just,
it was touching the ground. The ball was touching the ground. Game was getting over. Same thing. Here,
I just, I just put other nets.
yeah, you can put anything. If you want to put a net, that's fine.
Nope, too high, too high. Wait, wait. I think I did it the wrong way. It's supposed to be other way. Don't tell me I have to do two. Yes, I have to do two. I'm pretty sure. Oh God, no, no.
If you try to make like a bat, right, that is hitting the ball, or is that a person?
That is more of a bat.
Yeah, that is more of a bat. Yeah, that definitely looks like a bat.
Well,
Like a
whatever,
bat only.
whatever it is, it's more like a paddle.
Yeah, yeah. Like it looks good as a bat. Like it looks good as a bat only, not as a person. You can decrease the size a little bit, right? It is a little bit more big for the game area. So you can
Yes,
decrease
I'm
it.
decreasing when I'm done. Then I have to duplicate this thing and then turn it.
Yes. So you can do what? Instead of duplicating this thing and turn it, can you like you should use a different one because think this is a multiplayer game, right? So if this is one paddle, the other paddle will be a different thing. It may look like this, but it will be a different sprite, right? It will be a different game object. That will be a different control. It will be a different person playing. So it will just not be a duplicate. It may look same, but the controls will be different. So you can just work on having another sprite that maybe looks like it, but the controls will be different.
Wait, just blue and then here will be red. God, trying to paint. Then I make another one. I make this smaller by 10.
No, no, 10
10
will be
square.
very small. Yeah, it will be very small. Make it 40 or 50.
Oh god, my battery's running out.
Wait, I get it charged.
Okay, and you'll make another one, right? Make sure that you don't run out of battery first, and then make another one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Rishabh, you are making this costume in the same sprite, right?
Uh,
We have to make a new one for different control, right? You can just copy whatever you have done and maybe like use the same costume in a different one. Yeah.
nice.
Right now we are going to have two different paddles. You can make this different, you can make this same as the first one. That's completely up to you. Like if it is different, that will be better, to be honest, because that will make us feel that okay, these are two different paddles controlled by two different players. Okay, so that's up to you. And then we'll start working on the controls, movement and all. And this will be facing in the opposite direction. If the first one is facing left, yeah, correct. This will be facing right.
No, wait a second. I think I might have made a mistake on the other one.
Okay, you can fix that, right? Let's make this one and then fix that one.
Yes. It's supposed to be another color. The blue is supposed to be the one outer. The red's supposed to be the one that is inside.
Okay, okay. You can change that, right? You can change that later. So you can make this one correctly first, then change that one.
Yes. It might be a bit big, but finish with that one. What is the other one? 15.
Yeah, it was 40, so it will be at 40.
No, it's 50.
Okay, so it's 50 then. Right, and you'll be setting the positions right on the left and the right. And there's one more, two more sprites. You have the ball you have to add. That's going to be the ping pong ball, and the other one will be the lines.
Is the other one bigger?
Yeah, that circle can be bigger. It can be a little bit different in this one than the other. But if you're keeping the size 50, then that is like that doesn't matter. It can be bigger. It can look different. The size will
No.
be.
One color. Nice.
It will be blue, right? Yeah.
You know the rockets are actually called ping pongs?
What actually? What?
You know the rockets are called ping pongs?
Oh, the rackets are called ping pongs. Okay. Really? I didn't know that.
I think they are.
Maybe the ball is called ping pong.
So is this number two or shouldn't this be number one? Ping pong
Oh,
one.
that's number 2. Number 1's on the other side.
Okay, okay.
I can't copy it.
No, you cannot copy. Like you can, I think, but if it is like you have to select the whole thing first. Okay. And now
And
the not yet, not yet. There are three more sprites to go. You have two red lines and the ball. You cannot just start with the code as of now. You can, that is up to you. But just finish the sprites first and then you can add the code.
a bit thicker. That's one line.
Right. And where should it be? Like, will it be in the middle or should it be in the back? In the back, right? Okay.
This would be net two.
Yeah, it is not going. You have to move it in the drawing area. You have the drawing area, right? You have to move it there. Move it towards the left there. Select first. You can select it, and then you'll have to move it. Yeah, this will also work. This is like, to be honest, this is the better way. Okay, another line you'll have to add, and the ball. And instead of having a black color, maybe a different color so that the lines can be noticeable. If you're good with black, then it's fine because like right now I don't like
But
notice
it
the
is
line.
just another net.
Okay, okay, fine. Then you can keep it black. Just like you'll have to add two more sprites, another line and the ball. Okay, net two. So this is ping pong one, right, on the left? So shouldn't it be net
Yes,
one?
ping pong one, ping pong
So
two, and then the other area will be net three because there's another net in the middle.
oh, okay. So there's another in the middle. Okay, okay, that's great. I forgot about the middle one.
Net. Why can't I see net two? Net two. Why can't I see net two?
No, net
Ah,
two is on the left, right?
interesting.
Yeah, there is net two on the left, right? You can increase the thickness of it. Okay. So, yeah, if you're like placing it with the in according to the ground that you have made, then you can close the costumes, go to your code, and then you can move it, right? Yeah, now you can move it. The net two.
After that, it's the ball.
Yeah, after that is the ball, and that will be for today, right? We are already past our time. I'm just waiting for you to finish the UI part, the interface part. Once we're done with that, we will start with the movement and the controls, the scores, music maybe in the next class, right? So that's all
Yes,
for today.
but
Just add your ball. I'll wait for that thing, and then we can proceed with the movement in our next class.
Okay.
okay.
Right? Yeah, you have to make it a little bit smaller. It should be less smaller than your paddles, right? Yeah, you can change this size from that size 100 you have below your game area. You can change the size from there. That it doesn't matter. So yeah, Okay, so this thing will be over the ball, you are saying, right? That
Yes.
name will be over the ball. Okay, so for now, increase the size of the ball, and then later on you can decrease it from your size. That will help you to write it on the ball. For now, increase the size of the ball first, write the ping pong, whatever you're writing on the ball. Then later on, decrease the size from the size option you have below your game area. Increase the size first. Yeah, make a bigger ball, make a bigger ball first. Then you can write it, and then you can decrease the size after you have written that ping pong thing. Okay, that is like a huge one. So you can decrease it a little bit, right? No, you don't have to erase it, right? You can just do undo. You don't have to erase the whole thing. Just click on undo.
No,
You
it's
have
okay. It's
like
okay.
it will take a lot of time to do that. So
It'll be okay. Yeah. Oh God.
yeah, you can now undo it. You have made
I
the
just
wrong
put
thing,
it in
right?
the background.
Yeah. So now you should undo it, right? Yeah, this is better. So go back to your first ball. Keep on clicking on undo. Go back to the first ball when it had like a bigger size. Then write the ping pong thing over there. Okay.
There.
Yeah. Okay. You can write it over there in the ping pong and then decrease the size. Yeah, you can delete that one. You have to select it first. Click on the select arrow. Okay, your erasing is fine. Click on the select arrow and then just delete it. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, delete it. Right. That's how you use the select arrow, right? That's much better than erasing every time. Now you can write it and then decrease the size of it. Because if you decrease it first and then write